Terry Wilson. He's going to throw. Conrad!
Touchdown, Kentucky!
Touchdown!
Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. September 24th, 2025. This is Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio. Hope you're having a great hump day.
The mic was like spinning away from me.
It'll do that. Yeah, if you don't,
It's got a mind of its own.
If you don't keep your eye on it, it'll go squirming off on you.
I'm gonna get you.
Nick Roush, I'm TJ Walker. This is Kentucky Roll Call. Our producer in the other room is producer Matt. And hello to the YouTube cameras. Happy Wednesday to you. Wacky Wednesday. Is Pete coming in today?
I don't know.
Normally he sends us a little something.
He got married, so he's taking days off. So I'm gonna guess that he's off.
I would guess that he is too.
Yeah.
But he normally would tell us. You know.
Well, normally he'll tell us like 7 things that he wants to. He gets a full clip. He's ready to go. Luck and I were wondering what will Peaks. Now that he's had some time off, what will his big conversation piece be on the drive?
What do you think it'll be?
I've no
something like wedding related,
Jimmy
marriage.
Kimmel?
Oh, okay. You think he'll
free
go,
speech conversation?
Sure.
So wait, I thought
he's back.
Yeah, I thought
our nation's ready to laugh again.
I thought
our
ABC was like, oh, good, we don't have to pay all these people anymore.
Yeah, I have takes on it, if you actually care. I don't know why anybody would care about my takes on the Jimmy Kimmel situation. You come to my takes for UK sports, baby.
It's also, who comes to Jimmy Kimmel?
That's a good point.
Yeah, well, last night they probably did, but,
I've done more research. No, I've caught up more. I've seen what producer Matt's got going on for the YouTube page. This is where you can be artistic. Your artistic expression, producer Matt.
The Wacky Wednesday is a great picture.
I love it. I love that Wacky Wednesday
We're right
draft.
on break. Oh no, what happened? We're back.
It's looking pretty good though. It's looking pretty good.
The Scoot's picture with the turtle is all time. I need to get that framed and have it hanging up in my house.
Yeah, you know what? Since Brett Favre's really shamed himself, what if we just put the Scoots turtle picture over Brett Favre and it said leadership?
Yep.
And then it's the same. It's the rest of the poster.
One who acts as a guiding force, commander.
On the YouTube stream, you can see it ever so slightly, the poster that we're talking about. The Scoots turtle picture is great. We do have a Scoots health update for you today, which we're excited about.
Can't wait.
But we got to tease that for you because it's a really good one.
Huge.
The Jimmy Kimmel thing, the FCC chair and the president shouldn't make threatening tweets. Do I think it actually impacted anything? No, but they shouldn't do it, and they were wrong to do it. That being said, this is not a free speech martyrdom sort of situation. This is a company that was not happy with an employee, so said that they were suspending said employee,
right,
and then brought back said employee, and then partnership employee or company says we're not going to continue to broadcast him, which they have the right to do. So this is all probably actually playing out the way that it should play out, with the exception of you shouldn't have the government make kind of threatening statements. That being said, that's wrong in its own right. It's not like the right's new to making threatening statements in a government First Amendment standpoint. But they were wrong to kind of do that. If they hadn't done that, then really they'd have nothing. Nobody could really say boo about any of this.
The part that I think we understand that most don't, is that it's one thing for a government to publicly threaten over words. It's a different thing for private companies to act in their best interest. So Nexstar says it's in our best interest to not show Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
And then Disney said, oh, God, we lost a bunch of ESPN Plus, Disney Hulu subscribers. Oh, gosh, we need to get them back. I wonder what the net, like, when you have all of the Disney Plus losses versus all of the pulling it from syndication, like, I wonder what that nets out to be. I'd be curious to know. But also, I guess that's how the ad money works. If you're not, you can't air your national ads if you're being preempted on one of those Nexstar stations or whatever.
I would think that's the case, yeah.
But nevertheless, I thought the bigger deal was that, like, what should be I don't really read the headlines. I don't get the newspaper, the news that's fit to print each morning. So I don't know what the top headline is, but Trump going all pro-Ukraine yesterday.
Yeah.
That's and I wonder if it's going to be one of his, like, snip-snap, like, kind of back-and-forth things, but that was something. And, like, yeah, I think Ukraine's going to win this thing. Russia, you need to just kind of back off and let Ukraine get their land back.
It's a lot of talking. You just kind of talk tough, and behind the scenes you're operating a little differently. You can never really take Trump at his word, obviously. There's always some other motives, but that is a sign that the war's not ending, which is not ideal.
Yep.
I did think he said that he would end it within 24 hours. I was weirdly optimistic that they would actually come to an agreement. Seemed like they were
did
getting
the Alaska thing.
Seemed like they were getting close, and I guess whatever. They probably want some guarantees that NATO's not willing to make, because it did seem like President Trump was okay being like, all right, Russia, the land that you got, and we're okay just letting you have that land. And it seemed like even Ukraine had come to grips with, like, all right,
we're probably going to lose a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to lose a little bit of land here. But I bet the big hiccup is just you have to make a promise. Ukraine is just neutral territory. It's never NATO, ever. And also NATO can't border us here, or there. And my guess is that's where the big hiccup is just making future promises. I will say that I'm more pessimistic about the chance of World War III.
How so?
I think we're closer today than we ever have been.
Why?
Well, with that statement, basically saying, President Trump saying Ukraine may take land from Russia. Like, yeah, right. They're not going to take land from Russia. So that's not good. But if you try to take land from Russia, that won't be good. So don't like that. And then everything going on in the Middle East with Israel and everybody else. And
oh yeah, Israel. They like to war.
It seems like we're on edge there. So I'm a little nervous about that. I hope cooler heads prevail. I hope everybody's just talking tough, because behind the scenes they're getting close and they're just making one line. Hey, just so you know, Putin, we'll come after you. We'll go take your land. But hopefully a peaceful resolution for all this.
I have something. It's going to take me a second to get to how it connects to segue out of this, but
okay, that's exciting. I'm buckled up.
I did something that I've never done before, but it's kind of fun.
Show prep.
We're big podcast radio microphone guys. We're Joe Cool, so I don't like to fanboy too hard on others. Like, he's just doing a show, but I mentioned it previously. Bob Crawford from the Avett Brothers. He's a big history buff. He created the John Quincy Adams podcast. That was really good. And he has another one. And I've gotten locked into it. And how the show works is it's called American History Hotline. You ask a question with, like, voice memo or video, and then he brings on an expert, and they kind of answer the question for 30 minutes. It's great because it's like a 30-minute show. And it's history. Like Marquis de Lafayette. That's a fun guy to learn about, right? Like,
oh yeah,
yeah,
hero of the Revolution,
and also was a big part of the French Revolution too. So like, he's a fascinating character. To bring it back to what we were talking about, he's almost like Jeff Probst is Bob Crawford, where, like, every episode it's you got to send in your questions. Jeff Probst is always, you want to be on Survivor, you got to try out. So what I actually sent in a question, TJ, to this podcast.
Wow, you could have just asked me.
Okay.
I was a history buff.
Well, let's try to answer it, because this is the part I'm fascinated about.
Let me get up my AI.
Okay, get out your AI. Whenever you learn about figures of the past, historians always cite, it's not just the what happened. You want historians to tell you more about the person, and how they do that is by going through their papers, quote unquote. They're like personal correspondence with people.
Show me your papers.
Give me a papers. How will future historians tell our present day's history without that paper trail? Right? And in kind of the bigger picture thing, too, is like, also, how are we going to go back and look at all of this sort of chaotic strife where it feels not quite 60s-ish, but kind of 60s-ish, where you've got civil unrest, a lot of partisanship, hyper-partisanship, assassination attempts. Like, there's a lot of similar 60s themes without, like, a clear-cut light at the end of the tunnel of, well, if we do X, Y, and Z, then things will calm down. But the bigger question is just also the process. We see Trump's tweets. How are we going to know what Trump is like as a person? Or even more so, somebody who grew up in our era that didn't write letters to people. How are they going to do it? I'm curious what an actual historian would say.
Did the question get answered?
I just sent it yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So we got a future show. Hopefully it makes the cut.
Yeah, so like how will history remember this era? It's a fair question. No great answer. It's a totally
right. It's up for debate.
Question.
Yeah,
but I do think piggybacking off of that, similar but different but similar. It is fascinating to just think how, Roush, the printing press was such a big deal because it was like, all right, hold on, other people are going to get messages out there. I don't know. I don't know.
Not just the monks.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know if we're crazy about that. And then, obviously, when newspapers became more accessible, and then that eventually went over to radio, to TV, to the internet.
Yeah.
And the future is who controls the algorithm, controls the narrative, controls history, controls...
Yeah. It's not the winners. It's the algorithm creators.
It's the battle. The next frontier is the frontier for the algorithm. And that's, I will say... I know it's really fun and cool to hate Elon Musk, but he uses an open algorithm. You can see how his algorithm works. Like, I don't know what it means.
Right.
I'm an idiot.
If you could read algorithm, you could know what it is.
It's open to the public, and you can see how the strings are being pulled according to the dorks in the algorithm world. And I think there's like 2 other websites that do it. But YouTube, their algorithm is hidden. Reddit, their algorithm is hidden. And some of the other biggest players in the game, they have algorithms. You trust that they're safe, but you got to think about this for a second. Like, you've got to, I know we're talking algorithms, and it's a dorky, nerdy conversation, but that is quite literally controlling what you are seeing, what you are scrolling, what is being pounded into your brain. And humans aren't meant to live this life of scrolling that we live. Like, we're not supposed to, Roush, see somebody get murdered and then we flip our thumb and then we start laughing at a sketch comedy, and then we flip our thumb and it's 2 people fighting at the airport and we're like, oh, this is a wild altercation, and then we flip our thumb and it's somebody getting hit by a car. Like, our brains were never meant to have that type of emotion. That you think PTSD coming back from war was a huge, and it was. I mean, it absolutely was a big deal. I think to a certain degree, humans, just everyday Americans, suffer from forms of PTSD because we're seeing very traumatic things in real life, and then it's, all right, we'll just get to work tomorrow. How do you feel about that? Well, no, we don't really care how you feel about it, but if you want to put it out there to the world, you can. We live in weird times, but how history and how all of this gets remembered is probably just who's ever in charge of whatever, at that point, trillionaire is in control of the company that makes the algorithm, and you just have to cross your fingers and hope that it's a good guy or gal, and their intent is noble. Good luck.
The other part, too, is that's not anything new. I mean,
no.
Part of Napoleon's rise to power was because he was a propagandist for himself. He created his own newspapers. Like, the best self-promoters have typically ascended quickly. The The part that's just crazy is like if you look at cultural, societal revolutions, not just like political ones, right? Like the how we live our day-to-day lives. The big three for the longest time, it was like agrarian, people live in cities now.
Mm-hmm.
Industrial, people work more in cities now instead of just out in rural areas, right? They're not hunter-gatherers. Should have said cities. I should have said towns. And then after industrial, it became the technological one.
Yes.
So you had like a couple thousand years between one of those, 1 and 2. Then you had a couple hundred years, like 300 years between one. Now you have 30 between the technological and AI one. And it's okay. All right. It goes back to just how we process things, how our brains work. That's a lot to process. And I'm sure producer Matt right now is like, holy crap, what did I get into this weird Wednesday?
I also just think that what worries me, Roush, is how much people are just attached to their algorithm. That it is self-affirming to them, like they're seeing the things they want to see, and it's just pounding in like, oh, well, this expert agrees with my take on this thing. I must be right. Oh, this person agrees with me too. They're not getting, your algorithm isn't featured with a bunch of things that you dislike, right? Because that wouldn't be good. You just be scrolling and flipping through it.
Yep.
I worry that all of this is super conspiracy. So just don't hang with me here.
Okay.
But if you feel like hanging with me here, hang with me here. Roush, during the pandemic, there was a clear suppression of information. The government worked with tech companies to pull people offline. It was divisive times, to say the least. And we did radio throughout them, and I'm happy that we did, but even some of our radio shows were divisive because that was just the times that you were living in. You could understand it. It was a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. You figured it was probably never going to be like that again. You hope that it wasn't. You could at least, even if you totally disagreed with them, and in so many cases I did, you could at least understand where people were coming from in the name of safety. But in reality, it probably just was what their algorithm was telling them to think and how to feel, and just based on kind of their personality of, I'm a little bit more scared of the world, so everybody needs to be cautious here, versus I'm not so cautious about things. You all are being babies about stuff. You could understand the difference of opinions. The Charlie Kirk assassination, seeing people defend it, it's like, oh, you're just broken. Like, your algorithm has broken you to the point that, like, you're celebrating the murder of a father, of a person. Like, do you not realize that, like, how ghoulish you've become? And it goes the other way, too. This isn't just, like, pointing fingers necessarily at the left. But we've lost our humanity.
Yeah, dehumanized was the word I was looking for.
And it's, like, it was shocking just scrolling and refreshing my own Instagram and my own Twitter feed and being like, dude, I used to really, really value your opinion. What has happened? And maybe it's just a bad take or a bad day, and those things can happen. But what I really fear, to sum up the whole point, is I think algorithms are bulletproof enough where I think you could have brother turn on brother in the future in like 10 years to be like, hey, they're evil, they're fascists, and it's time that you cut them out completely.
Oh, I bet it's like, already happened.
I mean, it definitively is, sadly. Yeah. But, like, I do genuinely worry about, like, a civil war to the extent of, like, people have to make decisions. Are you trusting your news outlets or are you trusting your family?
Well, there's people like that that have gone there with QAnon, like where they went down a dark hole and got lost in the QAnon stuff, and then they were kind of isolated from their families, and then you had to almost be like, it was almost like a drug addict type thing where you had to take a step back and get regrounded in reality because you were so lost in whatever the QAnon information that was being spewed.
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean, there was videos of people, and I know it's the internet. You see the dumbest things on the internet. There were people chugging Tylenol, like pregnant people chugging Tylenol yesterday. Just like, how, goodness gracious, how bad is your critical thinking to the point of like, bad man says this, well, he's so wrong, and it probably wasn't real, or at least I cross my fingers and pray that it wasn't real. But you never know. Like, people are just so brainwashed, and it truly does go both ways, that I worry if the algorithm tells you to turn on family, people are going to turn on family. Like, I don't think that's far off.
It is kind of crazy that we always thought of, whether it's 2001: A Space Odyssey, iRobot, that got criminally underrated. That was a good movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I forget that author's name, but he had a lot of great sci-fi stuff, the guy who wrote that. Just the depictions of robots and AI taking over, it was always a physical fear, but this is probably worse.
Yeah.
This is just changing your brain chemistry.
Exactly. It's not so much like the machines are coming. It's
scarier because it's more subtle.
You become the machine
Yeah.
because the machine has just
reprogrammed your brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me.
Man, whoa, look at us, TJ. We just solved the world's problem.
The autism Tylenol thing yesterday. I know so many families that deal with autism. I think to a certain degree, everybody probably does. Maybe I'm obviously talking out my butt. I just don't know. Even if you hated President Trump and you thought RFK Jr. had brainworms and was just the biggest goober of all time, and he'd talk like this, I would feel like, oh, well, I want to read more about this. They've got studies from Harvard. I want to look into this. I want to see. I want not instantly just point your finger and be like, wrong.
Well, but
idiots.
That would require work. See, and that's the worst part about it is that anybody can say anything into that algorithm, and then you can just believe it when you should read what those papers and that research said. Because here's the thing. A lot of times those research papers, it's not great data.
Yes.
Well,
data can be skewed. You can find data to fit a narrative.
Bad science, bad experiment, bad process. There's a lot of stuff out there. And hell, I deal with it all the time with just dealing with sports, with stuff that doesn't matter, right? I can pull some numbers that tell one story of a football game or how a player's playing, but is that really
if you can manipulate it on the sports level, you can definitely manipulate it on higher levels. That's what people I don't think totally understand.
Can I give you one stat, though, that isn't you can't really manipulate it. It's just bad.
About autism?
South Carolina is being outgained 608 to 321 on the ground this year.
Whoa.
6-0. They've been doubled up, basically, on rushing yards allowed versus rushing yards.
There are cupcakes mixed in there. It's not like they've played nothing but great opponents.
Yeah, one of those cupcakes was technically from the conference that Matt's favorite team plays in. They've already fired their coach. And then the other one was, it was a,
You talking about John Summerall's next team?
Yeah, right. John Summerall's not a goober.
Dude, he's in a better situation than Tulane.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think universally people would agree. Hey, what's a better coaching job as of today, Virginia Tech or Tulane? People would be like, "Give me New Orleans, baby." New Orleans or Blacksburg?
Yeah, right.
You kidding me?
Have you ever, you're going to Blacksburg, right, Matt?
Yeah, I'm going this year.
Have you ever been to New Orleans?
I have not, but I'll be going this year.
Okay.
Bofa?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of time left in this year.
Well, I'm going on a cruise in December, and it leaves from New Orleans.
Okay.
Oh, I've poured it out of New Orleans. You getting to go down the Mississippi.
Dude.
That's a real treat. That's fun. It is. You'll be like in this ginormous boat, and you'll just see people on the dock fishing on the Mississippi River, and you're just like, "Hi," and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" It's cool. You'll enjoy it.
Are you getting multiple days in New Orleans before?
We're getting one full day before we port, but then we're doing another day when we get back.
Okay, 2 days in New Orleans.
That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm one. I could probably do 5.
Maybe
I'm a freak about it.
Get there the night before so you can have a night full day and then a day when you get back.
That's what we're doing. We're getting there the day before. I have a hotel for the night before, so we're gonna go to dinner in New Orleans, hang out in there, and then leave. I think it's
go to
4
dinner.
or 5 p.m. the next day. Yeah, go to dinner. And
I cannot wait for the compare contrast of Blacksburg and New Orleans. I'm sure there's a lot of similarities.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
Producer Matt, how the heck are you doing? How's your Wednesday going?
It's been good. Extremely gloomy outside. Makes me really upset. I get really bad seasonal depression, so when the sun's not out when I wake up, I get really sad. But it's been a good day. Our mood is up. We're ready to go. Last night, didn't get a lot of sleep. Woke up at 2 in the morning to my dog just absolutely hawking up all of his food over his own crate. So I had to clean that up.
I can hear the noise.
Yeah, it was not good.
Everybody knows that noise.
Yeah.
I woke up in a daze and just heard it, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, it's no good. But I'm sorry.
Other than that, it's been good.
Well, good. Well, that's good to hear. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, 502-414-1450, Game Day Men's Health text line. You didn't want to contribute to the AI autism conversation, Mr. Matt?
No, not really. I thought I'd leave that to you guys.
Okay.
You guys, we're going on
Do you feel enlightened?
Honestly, I do. I feel like I've learned something today.
Good. That's if that's really the goal and purpose of Kentucky Roll Call.
That's true.
That our listeners will learn something today. And if you got nothing out of that first segment, you got a stat on Shane Beamer's running game.
There you go. And we're going to talk more about that game. Get excited for the Cats and the Gamecocks this Saturday night. We've got more game times to talk about.
Oh, man.
And we've got years of
game
scheduling to talk about.
Woohoo!
We know the Cats' future schedule. Do we feel good about it? Not so good about it? We'll talk all about it on Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio, 96.1 FM, 1450 AM. Back after this. Happy National Quesadilla Day.
Weekday mornings at 8, followed by Spears on Sports at 10 on the Big X Sports Radio.
Calling all young golfers. The PGA Junior League at Old Capitol Golf Club is the perfect way to learn the game, make new friends, and compete in a fun, team-based environment. Open to boys and girls of all skill levels, our PGA Junior League capitalgolf.com to register now.
Quesadilla Day.
Wow.
Yep, that's no fibbing. $3 off any order at Salsaritas for National Quesadilla Day. Another day, another holiday we're celebrating at Salsaritas. Today's National Quesadilla Day, and they're adding a reward for $3 off. I think I said queso one day, but it's quesadilla. It's Quesadilla Day. They're adding a reward for $3 off any order, whether it's the quesadilla you're craving or not. Pick your favorite protein and tack on all the delicious fresh toppings. Salsaritas, St. Matthew's location, covered patio. So if you're like, the temperature feels nice, I just don't want to get rained on. Boom, St. Matthew's. If you're saying, I don't want to go inside the store, it's raining. Drive through in Middletown. Boom, they got you taken care of. You say, I'm listening to Roll Call down in Bullitt County. Boom, Shepherdsville location right off I-65. Go check them out today for National Quesadilla Day. My daughter will be happy to learn it's National Quesadilla Day.
We teased it in the first segment. Scoot's health update?
Scoot, health update.
Scooter Dingo's health update.
That's our made-up intro. If we
you like that?
If we
That's
had
pretty
one,
good.
it'd be pretty cool. Yeah. His health update is yellow flag.
Yep.
I won't say totally red flag, but yellow flag.
We had a minor setback.
He got stuffed last night. He got stuffed real good.
I think his exact words.
Gil and him cooked up something delicious, and Scoot said he ate too much of it.
For the first time in a long time, he felt gross. Which, you know what? Sometimes you just need that reminder. Like, hey, I don't need to take these extra bites. I don't need to overeat. I'll be good. So he got a friendly little reminder yesterday. And it's a good little wake-up call. What a wake-up call for old Scoots. Which, I got to ask another Scoots update.
Yes.
Is he still talking about the Reds?
Oh, yeah. He's the Reds are his entire identity and personality.
The team that he gave up.
He was so mad at the Reds for losing last night.
Yeah. Well,
I blamed him for what happened last night.
Because he was watching and walked in?
But yes, because he gave up on him. I also gave up on him, and ever since I gave up on him, were doing well. So I swore off of watching them. And then this morning when I came in, I didn't watch last night. When I was driving in, I was listening to Sunrise with Scoots, and I heard that he bet on the Mets to win to try and do some reverse psychology, and he watched the Reds game. I was like, dude, that's a double whammy.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's not good.
Glad you won some money, but what would it? At what cost?
At what cost, Scoots?
There's no way of knowing.
Scoots, you can't have these long form rants saying like I'm done, and then as soon as they get sniffing back around in the hunt, you just dive all back in head first. You said you were done. Be a man. Be 40.
It was, 4-2 after 2 innings and then no runs the rest of the game?
No runs. By the way, we like sharing bets when we got them. It's not fun just to keep all the money for ourselves, am I right? But right now, you can get – I couldn't believe this. And, it probably isn't going to win, right?
Right.
That's an important caveat before I get back into this. This is Kentucky Roll Call. Nick Roush, TJ Walker, producer Matt here on Big X Sports Radio. I am a fan of the Boston Red Sox, not their biggest fan. There are bigger fans than me with the Boston Red Sox. They've been comfortably in the playoff hunt or comfortably perceived in the playoffs for well over a month. But things haven't really gone totally great the last week or two. They lost the series against New York. They lost a series against the Athletics, which was really bad. They did win the game last night against Toronto. There's only 5 games left in the MLB season.
They're 1 game up.
They're 1 game up in the wild card, 2 games to be out. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. You can get them to not make the playoffs at plus 1,600.
Who's on the schedule?
So they have 2 more games in Toronto, who is one of the best teams in baseball.
You just wonder, okay, are they playing for something? Or
Yeah, they've got plenty to play for.
Okay.
They're at home. It's the pride of the AL
the
East.
pride of the Blue Jays.
It's the pride of the
pride
Blue
of the Jays.
Yep, you said it, buddy. And then after that, they're at home against the Tigers, who they are in
the Tigers
direct competition against for the final playoff spot. So
basically, that series will determine who's in it.
It is the Red Sox, Tigers, and Astros playing for 2 wild card spots. And right now, the Red Sox have a 2-game lead on the Astros to make the playoffs, basically. They have a 2-game lead to make the playoffs. If they were to lose 4 of their final 5, which isn't off the table if the Tigers, so let's say the Blue Jays win the next 2 in Toronto, and then the Tigers win the series, 2 out of 3, they're probably not getting in the playoffs at that point. I just thought plus 1,600 was a pretty decent number.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Them to make the playoffs is minus 3,000. So you'd have to bet $3,000 to win 100 for them to make the playoffs. I don't know. I hope they do make the playoffs. Go Red Sox. Playoff baseball is great. I just saw that number. I couldn't believe it.
We haven't had the
Reds to make the playoffs plus 220. To miss the playoffs minus 265. It was a bad night for the Cincinnati Reds.
Because the Mets came back, beat the Cubbies. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
So right now they're a game out of the New York Mets.
And they got to play the Brewers.
They get Skeens tonight, not the guy you want to go up against in a must-win game. Where is that Brewer series? In Milwaukee?
I'm pretty sure it's in. I'm pretty sure this is the last home series they have.
I think you're right.
I'm just the last trip to Columbia was a rough one for the KSR crew. Luckett has his hopes high that the Reds will get a win Friday night in the playoff hunt. He's already talked about we got to make sure we're at a spot in time to watch the game. There's no way the Reds win that game.
No chance.
No, not a chance in France. I've said nice things about the state of South Carolina, but it irritates me that I will not be able to live bet the Reds when they take a lead and for them to lose because they're going to lose that game.
Yeah.
So we'll do it Friday morning.
Well, I get once you're in South Carolina, you can't do it.
I know. It's tough sledding.
Didn't you get your account suspended one time trying to get somebody to make bets for you in another state?
Yeah.
Was that Scoots or something?
I think so. Yeah.
That sound about right.
Yeah, doing the double login thing.
Yes.
They'll get you.
Well, what didn't get you was the Rapture.
Nope. Safe from the Rapture.
Or, are you safe or did you get left behind?
There was no reported rapturings, though, producer Matt. So either...
Well, that could be just your algorithm.
That could be the algorithm. Somebody else's algorithm is just Rapture City, USA. That's a good point.
They've already got you. You don't even know.
That's another... who's really to say? It is a wacky and a weird Wednesday. But the Rapture, it seemingly did not happen, at least not for us. That South African pastor, the coward that he has not released a statement.
No.
That's got to be, again, he did say the 23rd or 24th, but I think South Africa is about 5 or 6 hours ahead of us, if not more. So he's really running out of daylight, quite literally.
So you think the Rapture is based on time zones?
Well, no, but I'm just going from his standpoint. He said it was going to be the 23rd or the 24th, assuming he's in South Africa, which I'm guessing it's probably around 7 or 8 o'clock in South Africa, maybe 6 o'clock. So he's running out of daylight. And he's going to, what do you do when you wake up tomorrow if you're that guy? Do you bother even going to work? Do you ever go about your normal day like nothing happened? It's got to be kind of awkward.
I mean, do you think they're going to go the Mayan calendar route? We're going to see a movie about it?
No, because nothing happened, producer. That'd be a pretty boring movie.
Where he erred in his ways was putting a year on it. Because if you just say the dates, you'd be like, oh, well, I actually meant, I think it was 3 years from now on that day. And then you just keep kicking the can down the road.
Well, he said Jesus said, be prepared, that he was coming soon.
Be ready.
Be ready. Two words, be ready. And his issue was, he was way too specific. If he was just a bit more broad, it could be like, oh, was it this September 23rd and 24th? Or is it next one or next one or next one? But no, the dude's a fraud.
Yep. He got.
And we're left behind.
We're not raptured.
Being raptured would be so terrifying. All of a sudden, you just start floating.
It'd be a wild ride, though.
You can just start going through buildings. I mean, just imagine that, looking up. And then what if you're going up and somebody you care about's not going up? I mean, that would be somewhat devastating. And you wouldn't want your first interaction with the higher power to be you're frantic. You'd like to be put together a little bit.
Oh no, there's no way. I mean, right? Like
you just instantly start cussing. You're just like, I was with my kid. He's by himself.
I mean, I know he can be a little, you know what, but like, come on.
It's like did any of you all watch The Leftovers?
Huh?
On HBO? No, not Did You Eat the Leftovers?
Oh, okay, yeah, because I've still got some from earlier this week, but did not watch the Leftovers.
The Leftovers on HBO. Did you watch it, producer Matt?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was a wild ride.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of the same boat with you, Matthew.
It started off amazing. Carrie Coon was in it. Started off amazing, and then Liv Tyler.
Oh, love some Steven Tyler's daughter.
And then it got really weird. It was kind of about the rapture, although I did see it through, unlike most people. Somebody on the Game Day Men's Health text line. How did it end? I forget. They did 3 seasons. They were expecting to do more, but the second season got so weird and confusing that people were like, I'm out. And then they just did a 3rd season and quickly tried to tie up all the loose ends. I forgot how it ended, though. But 2% of the population just went missing, just like that. And it was like people thought it was a rapture. And as you would imagine, it like religions formed from it. So like life was never the same. And people were curious why just 2% of the population left. Was it good people, bad people?
I'm sure it had a very dumb resolution.
It certainly did.
Yeah.
There were people just ripping cigs throughout the entire show. There was not a 2-minute sequence somebody wasn't ripping a cig.
That's the thing with a lot of those shows where you get a good premise, but you don't know how to land the plane.
Exactly.
You know, you almost have to reverse engineer the plane landing.
Yeah.
You got to start there and kind of work your way back.
And then another decision successful shows, or at least successful ideas have, is like, all right, do we want to just put a bow on this bad boy and make it good and go out on top? Or do we want to Walking Dead it and walk it to dead? Where you dead walk all the way to Walking Dead.
I would rather end too short than
where you cash it,
drag it out.
Like Walking Dead made the decision of like, hey, you all, we're getting rich, and it doesn't seem like it's slowing down. We don't know where to go with this storyline, but let's just keep it rolling. Let's just keep printing the money while we can. And I think it's still going on.
Well, they have another spinoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, at some point.
1893 was one of those shows because it was a
great
Yellowstone prequel.
Yeah.
That was a show that I thought, like, they did the right thing by not dragging it out too much, but I thought they had another season in the tank. Like, there was all this build-up for whenever the son comes home to fight this war. I thought we were going to have a whole season of the war, and it was just an episode, and he did it in, like, 10 minutes. You're like,
Hell on Wheels, another train show that was really good, great idea, and they didn't know really how to
go anywhere with it. Yeah, but at least the 1893, the main guy in it, they're going to do another one where he's older.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 1945 or something like that.
We started the Office spinoff. What's it called? The Paper.
The Paper. Yeah.
We've the first 2 episodes were solid.
Yeah, it really speaks to people who have done that job too. And it's kind of funny that the newspaper shares the same floor as the toilet paper company.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like, well, they're all paper, you know.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
502-414-1450. Roush, will your Saturday in Columbia be any better? Forget about the Reds and your Friday.
Well, the Saturday?
How you feeling about Saturday and the Cats, baby?
I'm feeling pretty good. And there's 2 things I want to mention for practice. The one reason why I feel pretty good is that a lot of, I think, your built-in worries about this game aren't necessarily from a matchup standpoint. It is Stoops sucks out of bye games, and you've got a redshirt freshman starting in his first game on the road in front of a sold-out crowd at Williams-Brice Stadium, one of the best atmospheres in college football. I don't think anybody has ever been a prouder card-carrying member of Team NF than Cutter Boley. Like, he don't give a damn. And I mean that in, like, the best way possible, where, and like, it doesn't feel like lip service. Like, I think this guy just, whatever's going on around him, he don't care. He's just going to rip it. Like, that's just who he is. I don't think he's going to be fazed by all that. It's not to say that he's not going to make mistakes, because it will be different and new to a degree. And I think some of those mistakes he's going to make are also going to be aggressive ones, where he's like, I'm just going to rip it, man. Like, I'm just going to throw the damn ball down the field. Like, and I love it. I love his sort of mentality. They kind of were teasing him because Josh Caddis described him as a golden retriever. And he's like, yeah, I think it's the hair. I need a barber. And it's like, dude, it's not the hair. It's that you just have this, like, very earnest mentality and also kind of a Cali bro mentality, which is what I think Steven Johnson had. Steven Johnson, very much a Cali bro. And I know he loved this bleep, and he would get up for big games. But that dude was so chill under any circumstance that he would stick his tongue out while running 30 yards down the field at opponents.
Yeah, he was having fun.
Like, they're in all my years of doing this job, I think pretty much everybody has, I think most of these quarterbacks are, from a skill, like a physical tool standpoint, I don't think a lot of them are so much different than the rest. Like, obviously some of the greats have plus and all of that, but for the most part, they're all kind of the same. It's just in between their ears. Do they have the right mentality, the right mindset? Are they smart enough to play the positions? Can they rise to the occasions because they're unfazed by the pressure of the moment? And I think Calzada's kind of a head case. Where, like, if things are going well, he can ride that wave and just be a killer because things are going well, so he can really unleash it. Brock Vandagriff was weird because he was so quiet and reserved that you just kind of hoped that he was unfazed by it. Cutter Boley, to this point, has shown an indifference to whatever the hell's going on around him. Whether it's throwing interceptions or throwing balls down the field, being under pressure. I think there's obviously some risk in that, but for the time being, it at least gives me some confidence that he has a couple big plays in him in a situation that might rattle others. I don't think he's going to be rattled by it.
Interesting. I like hearing that. I think that is a good, if you're Cutter Boley or you're a fan of Cutter Boley, you'd like being described in that manner. I look at him talent-wise, and this doesn't necessarily fit that demeanor on one hand, but on another hand, it kind of does. I look at him a bit of a gunslinger.
Yeah.
And one of my bigger questions and worries with him as UK's quarterback for this season and potentially the future is, can he be consistent enough for Kentucky to be good? And he's very young. He's very early in his college career. It's way too early to make this a legit criticism about him going into his third start ever coming up on Saturday.
Third start ever. Yep.
First ever SEC start. So, like, he deserves this season if that's the direction UK football goes. And if he shows enough bright spots this season, he probably deserves next season as well. So he's very young, but can he put it together quarter after quarter after quarter, throw after throw after throw? He was 12 of 21 against Eastern Michigan, which is fine, but it's not overly inspiring.
Yep.
And then
that second half of Texas was 10 of 16. Or 10 of 18, excuse me.
Yeah, it's just always.
No, it's not great.
We haven't seen a game where he's just been on the money. And I doubt we probably see that this year.
We might not ever see it.
Yeah, and that's not good. You got to see it at some point. Like, he's got to put it together where you have, like, a master class. You need your quarterback to win you some games in college football every now and then.
No, but, like, I'm talking about, like, I think that's the kind of player he is. Will he have games where he's more efficient from a completion percentage standpoint? Sure. But, like, Steven Johnson had South Carolina win 11 of 19. That was him sticking his tongue out game. 17 of 33 in the 40-38 win over Mississippi State at the home. I was wrong about that. That South Carolina game was at home. Here's another one, 16 of 27 in that win at Louisville. He only completed 16 passes in the win over Lamar, but they were all big plays.
Yeah.
So I think that's the kind of, like, that's how it can work, is instead of being a guy who's throwing a lot of 7-yard outs and little drags across the middle or a sticks route that's 8, like, he's kind of just going to be a boomer bust quarterback. And that can work if you can run the damn ball and Seth McGowan goes and gets a bunch of yards at South Carolina.
Okay.
So, like, that's where, like, I think you're 100% correct, TJ, in your assessment. I just think that there is a path that it can work so long as those completions are big passes. Because, not not all 12 completions are created equally. If 4 of them are for more than 30 yards, then that can completely change the game.
No, it absolutely can. And that's true. No, that's well said. How many carries does Seth McGowan need to get? He had 18 against Toledo, 15 against Ole Miss, 18 against Eastern Michigan. What number will Roush be furious at?
He has to get at least 15, and if there's no Dante Dowdell, I would expect closer to 20, 25 range in between there.
How's Dowdell looking coming off?
We get the availability report. I would expect he would play. It was just a thigh bruise.
I would think so.
Yeah, so I'm expecting him to play. We get the availability report tonight. One of the crazier things I heard today, doesn't it feel like Shane Beamer's been at South Carolina a while?
It does seem like that.
He coached McGowan at Oklahoma.
Oh, how about that?
He was the special teams coordinator at Oklahoma when McGowan was a true freshman.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's just absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I think how the game plays out, the style of the game. If South Carolina returns the opening kickoff and then they add another touchdown and you blink and Kentucky's down 14-0 or something like that, I reserve the right to change my outrage. But anything fewer than 15 carries will be egregious and hold nothing past Mark Stoops. But it does need to probably be 20, assuming that this game is balanced in the scoreboard. No team just runs away with it. It plays out the way that we think, low scoring, ground control. Then you want to be the team controlling that more than the opponent.
That's how this game feels like.
It needs to probably be north of 20.
Yeah, and then it ultimately comes to the question, are they going to get more than 60 plays in this game? I don't know. It'll be probably right around there with that number. Before we get to our break, I know we've got to talk about the future, the distant, the not so distant future, I should say, with the schedule SEC opponents released tomorrow night. There was 2 more things I wanted to briefly say. One, had a long conversation with Jay Boulware about special teams, and it took a while, but you finally got to, the sauce that makes South Carolina good. A lot of it's because they're aggressive on their block and their return, so you have to really sell out to make sure they don't block it. And then while you're doing that, they'll try to hold you up there to free up their return man for some more yards. He kind of explained the sauce, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. 2, we mentioned algorithms. I hate that the algorithm has ruined my brain, or ruined BBN's collective brains about some phrases. Take a look at it. It's one of them. You mentioned Be Ready previously. That's a big one on KS board. The other one yesterday, I was just trying to ask about, hey, last year's game, the offensive line got their ass kicked. Is there any, do you use that at all as extra motivation? And Shiaz Pete was like, motivation, you say? And I'm like, I'm not trying to do the motivated thing, all right? Come on, we can still say motivated.
No, you really can't.
Without it being the whole thing.
He said the word. He said the word. Play the bell.
God. So, Kentucky not motivated. Confirmed.
502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health text line.
Text on in.
This texter, I love it. How long is this rapture journey? Will snacks be provided, or should I have some ready just in case? Now, that's the thing. It would be terrifying. People don't really think about that in the rapture. You just start floating, and you're, like, happy because you've been chosen, but you don't really know what you've been chosen for. You hope that it's good.
What am I getting myself into here?
You know something's kind of magical.
It's like you're going on the journey on Survivor.
And then you're, like, looking up, and you're looking down, and you're like, well, this is beautiful. There's Earth. And then you just keep going, though, and you're in outer space, and you're like, well, now I'm freezing, but, like, I'm alive because this is, again, magical in this hypothetical. What if you just kept – what if it's, like, now just been 3 days, and you just keep going and going because space is never ending? This texter's right. You definitely are going to want to bring some snacks.
No in-float entertainment.
You got to worry about the Wi-Fi in a situation like this, producer Matt. Like, at what point does your cell phone give out? And then you could be incredibly bored. Wouldn't it be good? So we're asking the important rapture questions. Hour number 2, we're going to break down UK's future schedule, game by game, for the next 4 years. Nothing but UK game breakdowns. This is Kentucky Roll Call on Big X Sports Radio. studio because we're going to be at 5 Iron Golf in Nulu tomorrow, which we are excited about. We'd love to see some of you listeners down there in Nulu.
Swing the sticks.
Yeah, swing on by and
The weather-
swing the sticks.
Is the weather going to be better? Is it still going to rain? It doesn't matter at 5 Iron Golf.
Oh, wow. I see
Yeah.
what you did there.
It's been
The
bad
only-
as of late.
5 Iron is where the drinks are cold and the swings, they are so hot.
I was there last night. It was amazing.
$5.
Wait, you were there last night?
Yeah.
Did you do the $5 bottomless wings?
Did not.
That's 3 to 6 Monday through Friday.
I was there for their golf league. It starts at 6.
Oh, are you in the league?
You're in a golf league there?
Yeah, me and my friends are in it.
Okay, tell me how this works.
Screwed this up entirely. Halfway through, we were like, hey, man, like, this is all honor system. Should we just be sandbagging our handicap?
Oh, no, you can't do that.
We didn't. I ended up shooting a 38 on 9, which
That's pretty good.
really good round 9 for me. And then my friend, I think he shot like a 39 or 40, and then our other two, they're not as great, but you know, we all had a good time. We go, and like I said, we're behind 1 week, so we went and right after that, jumped into the week 1 tournament where we play against one other team. And it's just 9-hole, stroke match, total strokes. It said that whatever team we were playing against, they finished 9 holes at 28 under.
Okay.
So
we debunked. We talked to the people who run it, and he
it
was like,
the American Ryder Cup team.
"Yes, yes." They were literally just going in and just throwing it OB, and then just taking a pickup on every hole during their handicap round. So they're like, their handicap is like plus 45.
Oh, so they did sandbag.
Yes, that's what the joke was. It's like, man, I was really thinking we probably should have done that, but nah, we're too good for that, and we should have done it. Because apparently to compete in here, you got to cheat.
That's annoying. But you're here for the good time, though.
That is annoying.
It was annoying, but it was still a lot of fun. Like, it's a great place. I had a great time. We did have some food. We had some drinks. It was a good time.
I've always been intrigued by those golf leagues at simulator places.
My brother, he's one of those where, after school he moves to a different city, and that's how he got to meet a lot of people, meet a lot of friends, was getting in one of those golf simulator leagues where every week he's kind of mixing it up with people. And, it's a little bit different than like a volleyball too, where I would think this is a little bit more interactive, right? Or like a softball. But either way, sounds like a great time. I'm fired up to get out there, swing a few golf clubs. I guess the question is Matt just going to do the show while we play? Is that how it's going to go, TJ?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think I'll do like a nice like play-by-play while you're playing.
There we go.
Like, it won't even be like a radio show. I'll just be doing like color commentary.
Ooh, maybe we get the headsets to actually work, and then we could do radio while we play.
That would actually be extremely entertaining.
Actually, I mean, all right, here's one thing, too. I know the Ryder Cup's coming up this weekend. I don't get the golf video thing that's so popular. Like, I have there's not 1 ounce of my being that cares about how these Barstool guys are playing golf or how any YouTube golfer. I don't give a damn about your golf game. It's like another man's fantasy. I don't care. If I'm talking to my buddies and we're talking about holes on courses I know, yeah, we'll talk golf game, right? But like it's fish stories. Why would I spend my time watching another man play golf on YouTube?
What?
Poor take, Nick. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you a golf video guy?
I will say I will sit at home and I would love to watch Bob Does Sports just blade an iron.
Yeah.
85 times that around. It's funny.
Don't give
it's
a
a
damn.
joke that doesn't get old. I love it.
Yep, not for me.
So you are never intrigued by like so and so versus a par 5. You won't watch
No.
3 minutes of it.
Nope. If there was there was a time when Brooks Koepka said he was going to play Portnoy left-handed. Okay, getting a professional golfer to play left-handed versus an average Joe, that has very much the what was the MTV show that was like that? Wasn't there like a Pros versus Joes or something?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, okay, you got my attention for 10 minutes, but just the long golf stuff, I can't get behind. And admittedly, I'm also like I watch golf for a couple hours on Sundays every once in a while. Like I'm not the most, like there's a time and place for it for me. I'm not going to be so locked into actually watching them.
I don't watch golf content, but I don't shame those that do because I can get the appeal. One, you can learn stuff, so it can help your golf game.
I get that more so than anything. Like if you've got instructional, like here's a drill, but they're just following people when they're like you're basically getting worse golfers. Like I'm watching worse golfers do the thing that
I'm trying to find a way to say this because it's not a negative or intentionally trying to be a mean take. But couldn't you, like, that's similar to us or to you necessarily?
Yeah, like why would anybody want to watch me play golf?
Well, no. I mean, you give like football takes. Like, why would make the case for why somebody should listen to you give football takes?
Because this is my job. Like, my job is to cover the Kentucky football team.
But a golf content creator's job is to like go to courses and play rounds and film it and stuff like that.
So then, how do you feel about
it's content creation?
Yeah, but
there's an audience for it because people find the personality entertaining.
See, that's the part. It's kind of like kids playing video games. There's just something in my brain's that, like, why would anyone care about this? Like,
no, I get it.
Like, whenever you're at nice courses, like, look at how pristine this course is. I'm never playing there, so I don't care.
The biggest issue here is you just don't care enough about golf. I mean, if you cared more about golf, this could be an entertaining form of golf consumption.
My thing is it's watching golf, Matt. Because whenever I watch golf, I want to just play it. I don't, all I'm going to do is be pissed off that I'm not playing golf when I'm watching it.
Interesting.
Like,
I think you just don't like golf that much at the end of the day.
No.
And that's all
I
right.
think that you just see golf on the TV and get angry because you're jealous.
No, there's very much an envy. Like, whenever my buddy went to Pinehurst.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, I don't want to see any of your pictures. Like, screw you, jerk. I want to play Pinehurst.
But you don't get that same itch when you're watching basketball or football. Like, I want to get out there and play.
No, not at all. But with golf, like on Sunday, and my son does the same thing too. Dad, can we go outside and play golf? Yeah, we'll go hit some balls,
That's pretty cool that he's into golf. I would definitely explore that as much as you.
That and Red Zone, probably the best sports watches we have at the house.
He enjoys both those things?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about, like, Bryson DeChambeau does those, like, almost the golf content creator videos, not like just normal golf videos, where he'll play with kids clubs or he'll do the, like, Break 50 challenge with, like, celebrities and stuff. How do you feel about those since it's Bryson?
If it was that, my thing is the attention span. Are they 2 minutes or less?
The videos?
Yeah. How long are the videos?
They're like 45 minutes long.
Yeah, no. Like, never. Not even in a fire.
Because it's a whole round of golf.
Well, and this goes back to what TJ says about, like, hey, you're a content creator, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand why people would ever watch my show on YouTube. Like, I just don't, like, just listen to it. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Me watching YouTube videos that are long, it's a very millennial thing of me where I'm just like, dude, it's like 10 minutes or bust.
As we're on YouTube live, search BigXSportsRadio.com. I have gotten into, like, when I'm working out, just putting a video on YouTube. It'll be like a historical video or something, or sports video or something like that. And it'll be like 10 minutes of the snowiest football games of all time. It's like, okay. I do find myself consuming just good old-fashioned YouTube on smart TV a lot more. And you're right, like a show, it's not the most entertaining thing. However, what I'd be more likely to do is put a podcast on my phone and then just do highlights on mute on the TV. That's honestly, but the flip side of that would be just watching the people discuss it on the TV.
Right.
I remember my poor mom. She would have to work out and watch me play video games. And then if she was lucky, it wouldn't be me playing video games. It'd be me watching PTI. She never really got to watch what she wanted to watch.
Yeah, but you're working out. It's just something to...
Yeah, but something to pass the time when you're working out is...
But overall, that was me just yelling at the clouds. Old man yells at clouds, doesn't understand internet content.
We did talk about how much Roush hates golf, but did you all see that they're having a celebrity broadcasting team for the Ryder Cup, which is interesting. These teams are gonna, or these celebrities are gonna follow around a match on the course. They're individual referees assigned to each match. They're going to be following along, commentating, talking.
I don't know who any of these referees, but I do like some of these combinations.
But yeah, I don't know who the referees are either.
Eli Manning and Colin Jost. Like, Eli's very dry.
Who's Colin Jost?
He's the Weekend Update
Yeah, I
guy
had
on
to send this
SNL.
to both of you all because there's going to be some people I don't know who they are. All right, I know who College
Yeah,
Host is.
he's married to Scarlett Johansson. He's funny.
That
I think that's
seems
a
like
good combo.
the clubhouse leader
Yeah.
right now on teams to beat.
The most fun, yeah.
And then on the other side,
Tony Kukoc.
we love
You
Tony
remember him.
Kukoc. Oh, yeah.
But I don't know who the Beckham is. I'm guessing it's
Is that
David Beckham's daughter is an Instagram influencer or something.
maybe David Beckham's
Sure, she's
wife?
not attractive at all. His
Brooklyn-
wife is Victoria.
Brooklyn Peltz Beckham. Who's that, producer Matt?
It is a man.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a upset of the
It's
century.
a former photographer, is what it says.
Yeah, really bringing the big ones. Okay, here's one I can get behind.
That's Team Europe, so that's a easy. We love Tony Kukoc, but it's
Easy
an
win.
Easy win. The referee for that one is David Potus.
No idea who that is. This is a strong European team, though. Paul Gasol.
Is this just like a celebrity? Are they actually golfing? Are they golfing against each
I
other?
think they just have to have the best takes.
Okay, I have no idea.
Did they? I was gonna say, did they just draw these names out of a hat? This is like the most random assortment of celebrities I've ever seen.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, though, with Paul Gasol. Was some Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine, I thought she was American. She's European.
Zeta-Jones. Have you seen her?
I guess she's
She's
been in
Welsh.
American culture for
Wait,
such.
no, there's no way Catherine Zeta-Jones is
I
Welsh.
typed in Catherine Zeta-Jones. The first thing comes up as Welsh actress.
No, no, not a chance. Your algorithm is lying to you. There's no chance that
What
woman
it
is Welsh.
says.
How old do you think she is? Trivia Thursday.
I think it's also Women's Weight Wednesday
It
too. So I'm gonna say she is 56 and a buck 45.
Wow, this is all so weird. She's actually a buck 52.
Oh man!
She is 55 years old, but her birthday is tomorrow.
Whoa!
So what time is she born?
When the devil comes trying to get me. Oh, I cannot.
And
when
Corey
Corey,
Price doesn't listen to our show.
No.
So we're going to get him. We're going to get him real good
Oh,
at 5 Hour and Golf.
How do we play that? Do we be like, oh man, how? Like, do we play it out like we don't know, and then just hit him over the head with a hammer with it?
Yeah, that's how we play it out.
Yeah.
We act like stumped. I can play
Who's
dumb.
You could say, who's Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Oh, is she that Welsh actress? Yeah, we can really get Corey, and we can get him real
I
good.
think you guys just both guessed 56 at the same time. Like
Oh yeah, like the
or like
Battlestar
nonchalantly, we're
Galactica.
just like, well, like we act like it's a no-brainer. Like everybody knows that today Catherine Zeta-Jones is 56 years old. We're insulted that Corey would even ask such
Or
an
it's
easy,
like-
stupid question.
you know that meme from the Conan O'Brien show when they're talking to about Jeffrey Epstein. He's like, Jeff Epstein, the financier, be like Catherine Zeta-Jones. You mean the Welsh actress?
The Wealth actress? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I like
September
that.
25th. It's Catherine Zeta-Jones Day, of course.
Or yeah, we like introduce the show, and Corey's like, okay, well, you got that one. Oh, anyways, all right. So we don't
got off the
know
rails.
we don't know what this team is even doing. But Paul Gasol, Catherine Zeta-Jones versus Miranda Lambert and Michael Strahan, with Kerry Collins being the official. That's a good one. I may have to go Team Europe with that. Hate to, I'm Mr. Stars and Stripes, but I think I'm going to give it to Catherine Zeta-Jones, the Welsh actress who's 56 tomorrow, and Paul Gasol. Then we have Kane Brown and Noah Kahn
Don't like Kane Brown.
versus Tom Feltons and Oliver Phelps. Who's Oliver Phelps, producer Matt?
Trying to figure that out myself.
I think
Who's Tom Felton?
his brother is Oliver Phelps.
Oliver Phelps is an
Bush.
English actor.
Okay.
Oh, Tom Felton is Draco.
Ooh. I knew
All
that
right,
name
so
was
who's
familiar.
Oliver? Is he another Harry Potter dork?
He is in Harry Potter: The Wizards of Baking, but he is in also other Harry
He's
Potter.
George
things.
Weasley. So they
Oh,
got
that's
Draco and George going up against Kane Brown and Noah Kahn. Oh no, that's another win for Europe.
At least that one makes sense. Like it's two people from the same movie series.
Yeah,
Like
And
Catherine
Kane-
Kane
Zeta-Jones
Brown
and
and
Paul
Noah
Gasol.
Kahn. They're both on top 40 stations.
yeah. So that's a little music.
Shabuzi greater than Kane Brown though.
And then I guess the last.
Johnny Mac and Bobby Flay
Yeah, that last. Okay.
versus Timu, the website,
Timo
and
Celine.
That's a full
Jose Andre.
Finnish former ice hockey right wing.
Okay. Jose Andres.
And who's Jose Andres? Is that a tennis player?
Spanish American chef and restaurateur.
Oh, So we've got athletes and cooks going up against each other.
Okay.
All right, that's fun.
Obviously, Bobby Flay gets the win.
Is this going to be on Peacock? I'm guessing, commentating?
I guess so.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That should be a good time.
I'm excited for the Ryder Cup. Did you have takes about the
Very
U.S. not
excited.
wearing ties?
Is that the controversy?
There was some takes at the Ryder Cup dinner. They did not have ties on while the Euros did.
Wow.
And they wore white sneakers instead of dress shoes. Can you believe it?
It's like when Obama wore that tan suit back in the day.
Mm.
Haven't been able to get over it just yet. The thing that I've heard is that the European team is being extra friendly to the fans. They're trying to kill them with kindness. They're taking pictures. They're signing all the autographs. You're wasting your time. It's New York. Strap on your boots come Friday.
I would like
it is
if
go time. But that is
Americans
supposedly
started to get them to sign like toilet paper or
that's what
something.
people are starting to notice is that the Europeans are being like over the top accommodating and friendly to the American fans. It's not going to work this time. Are we worried about losing this thing?
A little.
Very.
I'm going to say
very.
a little. Just give it a little.
I think it's probably like 55-45. I could definitely see the European team winning. They almost just seem better set up for match play golf. And I don't really know what I mean by that.
So
I don't know why it's so different, but it is.
I think it's because essentially what we're coming down to here is what matters more, star power or depth. And Euros have the depth, at least from a name standpoint. Right? Like some of the guys at the bottom of the Ryder Cup list, I'm like, really? That guy made the Ryder Cup team for the U.S.? That's surprising. But it could be the other way. Like
USA minus 150, Europe plus 120.
if Scotty wasn't Scotty the last time he played, if he dominates, if Bryson dominates, and if JT is Ryder Cup JT, good luck, Euros, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it ultimately comes down to what you think matters more, depth or star power in this event.
That is true, and also I think Europe has some guys that I look at in a 4-day tournament, and it's like you don't have the chops on Sunday to win it, but in a match setting, going up against somebody that's like perceived better than you for 18 holes, you can have a better round. You can outcompete this dude just right next to you. You can't outcompete a field, but you can outcompete this person right next to you. They're good. I mean, it's just it's a tough group. The Americans need to be on their P's and Q's.
Can I make an admission?
I would love it.
Who's Ben Griffin? Ben Griffin? Who is that? That's not a real golfer, right?
He's a golfer.
What has he won?
You didn't see any Ben Griffin this year?
No.
He had a great year. He's been great.
What did he do?
I don't know, admittedly, much about him because he's majorless, right?
Yeah, he hasn't won a major yet.
But he has won tournaments.
He's won 2 career wins. Like I don't. He had some top 10s this year, but yeah, I don't. Yeah.
He was a golfer that this year like got really hot all in one time. So he was like
golfer in the world.
Cam Young though,
he's got some chops.
Kind of. And I hate Patrick Cantlay too. Like I just I'm among the masses who doesn't like him, and he's one of us, so I kind of have to like him. It's a weird dynamic.
Wow, I didn't know Roush was so pro-Europe.
You know me, pro-Canada in hockey, pro-Europe in Ryder Cup.
Gosh, that's right. 502-414-1450. Texter says on the Game Day Men's Health text line, which sport has the most exciting future in UK athletics?
This is obvious.
Is it basketball?
Volleyball.
No, Kirk Skinner's been there forever.
Volleyball's in a good spot.
It's Mark Pope's in his second year.
They're number 3 in the country.
Mark Pope's in his second year.
Baseball's setting up for a good future.
Mark Pope's in his second year. They won a bunch of awesome games last
Kenny
year.
Brooks, he knows how to cook. They're looking pretty solid.
Yeah, but it's women's basketball. It's not men's basketball. This is not.
Well, Roush, I'm giving you enough time. Do you have a final answer?
It's not Kentucky football. I think you saw that schedule, that gauntlet, and I think that's what that listener is kind of getting at.
It probably is. You can make a case for volleyball. You can make a case for baseball. You can make a case for women's basketball. I do think it's probably football. They're going to have the biggest bankroll, at least comparatively to per capita of athlete. No doubt of that. Football has more overall, but you look how big that team size is versus basketball. And Mark Pope seems hungry. He seems like he wants to win one for the fans and obviously for his team and for himself most of all. So I would say that it's probably, and when you think of UK basketball and you think, all right, what's the goals of the program? You think national championship. And it's that way for volleyball, but that's probably it. It's not that way for women's basketball, and it's not that way for baseball, even though things look bright for all of those sports. The right answer is probably just rifle, and we're not getting into the meat and the potatoes of it all.
But
it's probably, Roush is right that it's probably basketball, but I do think it's a little bit more debatable, and Roush is probably right. You probably wanted us just to kind of wade into the waters of UK's future football schedule because, holy smokes, we have a lot of games to look forward to.
When you see that, doesn't it just remind you of an NFL schedule?
Yes.
Like when all of this stuff was happening a couple of years ago, we talked about how this is the minor leagues of NFL. I mean, we're here. We play 10 of these a year. One of them's against Louisville, and then 9 SEC opponents. And the part that I keep hitting home is that some of the spiciest meatball takes you can't make right now because you don't know what these teams will be 3 years from now.
No idea.
No idea. Not a clue.
Who the coaches will be, who the
Right.
players will be, what the landscape of college athletics and NIL and finances and all that will look like.
If I set the over-under for that 2028 campaign, where you're going to LSU, you're going to Florida, you go to Tennessee, you go to Alabama. If I give you the over/under line of 7.5 coaches fired by that 2028 season in the SEC, you taking the over or under?
Probably the under, but it's probably a solid line.
Yeah, like it's
and not so much fired, but just moving on.
Right. Like Brian Kelly might be done.
Yeah.
Billy Napier will be fired. You know, like there's some kind of obvious.
I'd probably take under, but it's a good line.
Like is Stoops going to still be here in 28?
I really hope not, unless something crazy happens.
Stoops make it to the Stoops Bowl next year in Norman?
Oh, I didn't realize about the Stoops Bowl.
Yeah, next year in Norman. Going to Bob's place. All-time winningest coaches in both programs.
It is so. Listen, I think this school is made up of a bunch of weirdos that I wouldn't let watch my dog when I'm out of town.
Mm-hmm.
But Texas A&M not coming to Lexington until 2028.
It's weird.
For the first time in their SEC history, joining the league in, 2012, 2013?
Yep.
Is embarrassing for the SEC, a league that normally gets a lot of things right. And is usually, when it comes to conferences, they're on the forefront. But how did you let that happen? And I don't care. Don't have those guys come in October. We just don't need it at Keeneland.
What's even weirder too, TJ?
Too many animals, too much farm stuff they'll be tempted.
Georgia has never been to A&M. And that's the one that always gets brought up because it's Georgia, it's not Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they still aren't doing that in 27 is when they're going to do it. It's crazy.
So Georgia goes to A&M for the first time in 27.
15, am I doing that math right? 15 years later after they join the conference?
That's nuts.
It's nuts. Fortunately, that won't be the case moving forward. I'm not going to lie, TJ. I thought when they were doing the 3-6, I thought when they rotated the 6, it would be home and away, and they would flip each year. Instead, they alternate them, so you will actually see all 16 SEC teams within a 2-year span.
Okay.
I like that they split up Mississippi State and Vanderbilt to where you're going to get one of those teams in all 4 years for Kentucky. That's good. We don't know where those teams will be, obviously, but all right, those were the teams that you see at the bottom of the league. You're going to get at least one of those every single year. But like this is a real NFL schedule, for better or worse. Some will sigh, others will say, oh man, well, season ticket holders, they're going to get rewarded. We're going to get to go on some fun road trips, right? If you want to go to some of the best venues in the sport of college football, well, your favorite team's going to be playing there. I do think that, like, from an expectation standpoint, in these 10 games, it's a great year if you can go 500 in it.
It really is.
I mean, it's a great year.
And it kind of sucks that that's like the takeaway.
Yeah, like 7-5 is a great year.
It really is. It really is, and it's not even impossible that like if you go 8-4 that you could be in a conversation for the college football playoff. But it is a little daunting, I suppose, for a fan base that is so used to not winning a lot of games and now saying that like, hey, actually a good season is not winning a ton of games. It just kind of stinks.
Right.
We're not naive to the realities of life in the SEC. It's a tough league. UK's at a disadvantage in the tough league. But we know what we're up against. And you got to get somebody that's going to find a way to figure it out. Because the alternative route is like realistically, like, 0-10 if you don't have a decent team is not impossible.
Yeah, I mean, they were 1-8 in those games last year.
Yeah.
I think the way to frame it, too, it looks different for an NFL team now that you're in a 17-game schedule. So, but like a 9 and I don't know. The math's bad here. But 10-8 is 2 games over. Let's just that's easy math for me. Let's say there's an 18-game schedule. If you go 10-8, you're probably making the NFL playoffs.
Sure.
If you're 2 games over 500 in the SEC, there's a good chance you're going to the college football playoff, or at least including Louisville. We're including Louisville in all this. If you go 7-3 in that run, and you beat your MAC team and your FCS team, there's a good chance you go to the playoff.
Yeah.
So like it's a different way to think about it, but it's going to be hard for us to get adjusted to it because we got used to. Like, you got to think for the longest time, like that's kind of how people thought, right? Like when Jerry Claiborne was here, he had the 8-win seasons, but he also had a lot of 4-4-1s, 5-5-1s or whatever. They didn't add that 12th game until like 2099, something like that. So we got used to like, 6 wins. That's well, you got to get to 6. That's where our brains are going to have to be retrained in this new world era.
It kind of stinks, but that's just the reality of it. It's going to be Florida, South Carolina, and Tennessee every single year.
Yep.
If you like Columbia, good news. Cats will be back there next year.
Oh, yeah.
You may think that's weird. Why is UK going to play 2 straight road games at South Carolina? Well, they'll get Florida 2 straight years in Lexington.
And, I mean, might be catching them at the right time.
I agree with that. I will take this trade-off of 2 years in a row at South Carolina with 2 years. Now, you could say, well, wouldn't you want those games at Florida? Yeah, let's just make them as easier as possible.
I just want the wins,
when it's Florida, make it as easy as possible, and that means playing in Lexington. And then, of course, Tennessee, the third locked opponent, which Kentucky will play every single year. Next year in Lexington will be Florida, as I mentioned, Alabama, LSU, ever heard of them, and Vanderbilt. And then the road games away from the permanent locked teams will be Missouri, A&M, and Oklahoma. So the old
Big 8.
The Big 8.
Uh-huh. I know that it is far away, but thinking about going to LSU, Alabama, and Gainesville, those could suck.
2028, Florida's in Lexington.
Oh, it is?
So the road games are South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, and Nashville for Vandy. That's incredible. Vandy's Vandy, but it is Nashville after all. And that'll be UK's first trip to Nashville since when was the last time? This year. Okay. So
yeah, this year.
It'll be a little bit of a break.
Enjoy your Athens and Nashville road trips this year because you're not getting them.
UK is not back in Athens until 2029. But Nashville, that's 2028. Baton Rouge, Death Valley, LSU, Tuscaloosa, Titletown, Knoxville. I know UK fans are used to Neyland Stadium. It doesn't really do it for them all that much. But Knoxville and Columbia, good places to go watch a college football game on a Saturday. Just pick your.
Yeah, you get to watch them at all of these venues.
Those are 5 incredible road trips. And again, nobody's going to say, road trip to Vanderbilt. It's Nashville. Like Nashville is a fun town to go see.
You get a new stadium.
College football.
Yeah, I'm
that's great.
Check it out this fall.
I'll have to get down to LSU. I have not. Out of all the places, I haven't been to LSU on that list.
You haven't done College Station either. Have
I've
you?
not. No, we almost did.
It's a cult, but it looks like a fun one. You know, like that could see.
Try anything once.
Right. So, you know, it's worth. I have a feeling there will be a lot of people picking and choosing between A&M and Oklahoma next year. Like, it's like we got to do one of them.
I would love to do Oklahoma just because I've never even.
And why would you? What's the excuse to bring you there? Sort of deal.
And
too?
protest A&M not coming to Lexington. We're not going back to that cult place, all right? We're not. Not until you come back to our place. Not really their fault. Producer Matt, besides Lexington and Kroger Field, obviously, which SEC road trip would you want to make just as an outside non-SEC
like
fan?
this is the stadium that I want to go see.
You would love to do an SEC road trip where?
It would either be a night game at Neyland
Weird answer.
or LSU or Athens or Death Valley or Athens.
Okay. Why Tennessee right off the jump?
I personally think that like the tradition they have with I'm blanking on the song right now already.
Rocky Top?
Yeah, I think Rocky Top is one of my favorite traditions in college football.
Oh God, yeah. You haven't. You need to be exposed to Vol fans, and you'll learn that it's actually the worst.
See, I feel like since like I'm not a part of either of those teams or the rivalry, I don't really won't care. But you're right. But at the same time, I also said I want to go to Athens, and Georgia fans actually make me want to vomit. So like,
Oh yeah, they bark at you when you're down there.
yeah, like it doesn't matter. I could be a Tulane fan going to Georgia to watch UK play Georgia, and they would bark at me in the street.
I
Sadly, I do agree with producer Matt about Tennessee's tradition. It's cool. I'm glad that they don't win at the highest level because they'd be insufferable. But they've got a good they've got a
okay.
Tennessee football's rich in tradition.
So
all right, I'll say it.
From
Okay?
a ranking, like I've been to all three. We got crushed at Tiger Stadium when I went in 14.
They lost 49-0 in 06, so it couldn't have been much worse than that.
It's 49-7.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Dorian Baker blocked somebody, blindside block, knocked his mouthpiece out. That was like the highlight of the game. I think what Tennessee does best is just they pack a lot of people in that place, and it gets very loud, and like all of the stuff that happens just in game atmosphere is incredible. But I think LSU's is better,
Okay.
ever so slightly, and I think I would rather be in like eating the Cajun food and all that stuff. I take that over it. Knoxville's a dump. It's one of the worst towns in the SEC. It's all like 70s architecture because they had the World's Fair there, which is just gross and ugly. The bars are small. Concrete floor bars at Tiger Town or Tigerland, I think is what they call it, in LSU. Like, it's not the nicest, but like Knoxville, and I don't think it's my complete Tennessee bias either. Like, I really do think it is objectively a pretty bad town. If you were able to get on a boat and do the tailgating thing, then I think it would up your experience more. But a lot of the tailgating there is just in parking garages. Like, so it's really not a great setup. Athens, though, has by far, like I would say, maybe the best nightlife and one of the cooler stadiums. But the actual, like, stuff that they do, like their traditions, is not that great. Like, they just show Uga. It's like, you want to get the crowd fired up, show the dog.
I thought Sanford Stadium was awesome.
It's very cool.
I agree with you on the tradition aspect of it, but it's a cool stadium. They do a great job.
It's like built into the hills.
I disagree. Just difference of opinion. You've been to these places more than I have, but I was not overly impressed with Athens as a town. And we walked around and we went to some bars after the game, and it was just like, this is.
So you didn't do Friday night?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I think we got in Friday night, but we did Saturday night after the game and whatnot. But Sanford Stadium was really good, and I need to give Athens another chance. I just disagree about Knoxville.
Is like 6 blocks wide, and
I think Knoxville's solid.
So the thing is though, Matt, is all of the bars are like, it's essentially, imagine you have a block, like a square block. All of the bars are like the same. It's like they just like cut them out, and they're all the same size there. So like when you try to maneuver yourself around, like there's no big space for you to go out and mingle. Whereas like Athens, there's a good diversity, and like it's probably 2 to 3 blocks wide, depending on what part. About 6 blocks long. There's old people bars that I can go to now. There's college bars where there's drunk kids puking all over each other. There's rooftops. Like they've got a good, nice diversity in Athens.
I guess for me, I'm looking at it more of just like the stadium in general kind of thing, like the college football atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like those are really iconic ones. If I'm thinking of like the town, like I want to go to watch a game and then visit there for like the weekend, I'm picking Auburn.
Wow.
Ooh, I've heard bad things about Auburn, but have never been, admittedly.
I've had a couple of friends who've went to Auburn. Now they were students, so it's probably a biased opinion, but they all loved it. They love living there. Some of them still live there, and it's somewhere that I've been wanting to visit for a while.
I wouldn't have Auburn in the top 5, probably not the top 10 either.
I think it's the only Starkville smaller than Auburn.
Interesting. I didn't realize that either.
But now this has been, but this is, I think, like 2019. They didn't have Uber at Auburn in 2019.
Oh.
Uber was everywhere in 2019.
Uber surprising, if you ask me. Game Day Men's Health is not surprising. They're redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, defining a new era in men's health. We're long overdue for a commercial break.
What a segment.
We'll come back. We'll get to your text messages on the Game Day Men's Health text line. This is Kentucky Roll Call. One segment to go on the Big X. Nick Roush, TJ Walker, KRC. Get your text into the Game Day Men's Health text line 502-414-1450. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You look at the future, 26, 27, 28, 29, the schedules for UK. They are tough. They're daunting. They're more difficult. You don't have the SEC East to save you anymore. You don't have a locked Mississippi State and Vandy that makes you feel warm and fuzzy every year anymore on the schedule. So you got to figure it out. And the solution won't be just to go 1-8, 2-7 in these SEC games every year. And if you are doing that, then your ass has got to go, and you got to get somebody in that's going to get more money in the program, and they're going to be able to do something with it. Because that is so much of the part of the outcome you have to weigh in all this is that coaches have to be able to win games. They have to be able to recruit. They have to be able to fundraise, most importantly. They have to be able to get money into the program. And people aren't going to want to spend money on losing programs. So then you get somebody out, you get somebody in that's a bit more inspiring. You trust their vision. It's pretty similar to politics in that regard. You gotta like the vision of the future. And the future of UK football is really difficult. So you got to get somebody in there that's hungry and ready for the challenges. Obviously, you catch my drift and you catch my tone. I don't think Mark Stoops is the guy to do it, but who knows? Win on Saturday.
Yeah, win on Saturday.
I'll be a big supporter of yours, at least for another week.
You'll throw a life jacket on, right, before it gets the waters get a little bit rocky.
You need that.
Because if not, then you might drown. So don't want to be drowning anytime soon. Hey, did we talk about John Mateer yesterday?
No, you got a John Mateer take?
Yes.
The Oklahoma quarterback?
He is undergoing thumb surgery.
Oh, I had a broken thumb. Still is.
Yeah.
Can't bend it.
Oh, well, maybe you went to the wrong surgeon. Because right now there's a guy named Carson who is reporting live from Cedars-Sinai Orthopedic Center to
Is he just in like the lobby?
the parking lot, just like making a video. Some of the Dr. Shin is the doctor's name. Like, that's how active Oklahoma Twitter is on this. I'm becoming more aware of their game. They are as crazy as Vol Twitter in a lot of instances. And it's like Dr. Shin is hitting the play like a champion today. Like, they are all in on, like, please fix this guy's thumb and get it working right. Because they do have a bye week and then Kent State. So they can buy 2 weeks. They're hopeful they can have him back by Red River in 3 weeks. That might be pushing it. But he was the Heisman favorite. Now he's out. Curious how, does anybody else step into that open door of opportunity? Is Carson Beck going to start lighting up with some big numbers? Does Gunnar Stockton make a statement this weekend against Alabama?
If Carson Beck wins the Heisman, we may need to suspend the Heisman Award for a few years.
I mean,
but you imagine that guy going up there, winning the trophy?
I love Carson Beck memes.
I do too.
I'm addicted to him. They're great.
And he's good. He is good. People just
Shannon Dawson had back-to-back Heisman winners while Liam Cohen was coaching an NFL team. It would not feel great
and Mark
as a Kentucky fan.
Was just marinating and just mediocrity.
Yeah,
well,
it wouldn't
below that.
And speaking of, you're like, hey, it would be nice to have competent quarterback play. Lane Kiffin has good problems with quarterback play. Where Austin Simmons gets hurt, so he puts in his D2 transfer, who might be better than the former 5-star. Trinidad Chambliss has been awesome. He's expected to start against LSU on Saturday. I don't know how much of it is we don't want to rush Simmons back versus Chambliss is awesome, so we're just going to hand him the keys.
I know that he won in Lexington despite and spotting UK a 10-0 lead, but I haven't been impressed with Simmons.
Yeah, where Chambliss has been awesome, and Chambliss is a little bit better runner. I know that Simmons probably had to face better defenses than Chambliss has.
Simmons just thinks too much. He's slow with everything that he does.
And then he got in
that rhythm, and he looked a lot better in that second half against UK. But I'd never really thought that he fit the ranking of Ole Miss's. I think Ole Miss is a solid team. They just need more out of quarterback play. So we'll see if
Chambliss might be able to deliver. Matt, did you see the big controversy in the lead up to the LSU Ole Miss game?
I did not. Oh, you mean with his daughter?
Yes.
I wanted to bring this up yesterday, but we were on another topic.
So Lane Kiffin's daughter,
this is juicy,
shared a picture of her with LSU's star middle linebacker, Whit Weeks. Hard launch on Instagram that they're dating.
The week of
LSU Ole Miss.
LSU Ole Miss.
Do we? Who does it favor more? Is this advantage?
Are you
Rebels?
kidding me?
Advantage Tiger.
Who does this favor more? The middle linebacker gets the coach's daughter to post on social media that they're cordial with one another.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Lane Kiffin sees that and is like, oh, damn.
This
How
is
does
like
that happen?
This is like some Matt Saracen,
This is
like
like-
Coach Taylor Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
Well,
thinking.
my thing is I'm sure I have a feeling that Lane's known about this for a while. Like, you don't just hard launch on Instagram without it being a thing for a while.
You think he's using his daughter to play mind games?
No. I
To
think
distract the middle linebacker from game prep?
I think
That is, whoa.
I think Whit Weeks was like, you can go ahead and hard launch us this week, baby. We're gonna lock Trinidad Chambers down.
Did you see what Lane Kiffin said after about, like, on Twitter?
It was very funny because they were like, what does this mean? Should we bet the over? And he said, bet the over. Which is kind of a shot at the new son-in-law.
It has to be.
That's
That-
another thing, is how serious is this relationship?
If
Did
it's
they
on
get engaged
Instagram.
at halftime?
If
Well,
it's on
no, like,
Instagram,
have
it's serious.
they been, like, together for, like, a year?
I would think that it would be at least dating back since early summer.
Because the timing seems a little suspicious.
I would.
But Lane probably knows this, has met this guy, they
Yeah.
know each other, probably like each other.
Right.
Although, why wouldn't he just transfer to Ole Miss?
Because he's awesome. and
It's a nice wrinkle
Yeah.
for SEC football, though.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Oh yeah. It's great drama. But ultimately, I kind of want to agree with Lane and take the over in that game. I need to dig into it some more, but that just stinks like an over. Even though LSU's defense has been awesome to this point this year, I don't know how good, but I can see some of that awesome. Maybe you get a offensive touchdown, you get a pick six. Maybe play the Barryon Brown props because you've seen that guy play in that stadium before. He's awesome at Vaughn Hemingway. He always goes off there.
That's true.
So I think I'm going to have to get a Barryon Brown receiving yards. action.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good bet. And if you're Whit Weeks, you feel like even if you lose, you kind of win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That he's doing all right for himself.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting dynamic.
Yeah. We really do need the Kiffin reality show. Just follow the Kiffin family.
Let's read a couple of these texts on the Game Day Men's Health text line. It would be good, but I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to watch it. Give me a
Sure.
couple clips, though.
Yeah, exactly. Like a social media. Get the UK video team out there to just follow the Kiffins around for like 6-minute Twitter videos. That would be perfect.
Am I crazy for thinking Alabama's Ty Simpson deserves some Heisman love? I thought he looked awesome the last two games. Well, he has the problem of looking terrible in the first game. And, I mean, a lot of it comes down to how much do you trust Bama to be good. And at least when I mentioned Stockton earlier. Stockton, I saw that fourth down pass at Tennessee. Like, that's a freaking wheelbarrow sort of throw. Like, can Simpson do this in a big game? You're not crazy for it. It might be worth a sprinkle because his odds are really long. But my thing is, too, if Simpson's awesome, you know who else is going to be awesome? Ryan Williams. I would think that if Simpson is going to be a quote-unquote Heisman contender, it's because Ryan Williams is the best receiver in college football, and I would think that would be more of the angle to try to take to get some big juice on an Alabama player.
You can talk about anything, anytime. It's never too early to talk about Final Four contenders for what it's worth, but we'll have a better idea of the Heisman picture in a month. Numbers can be so skewed after just a few weeks, and right now you're just basing it on numbers, but eventually you'll blend the numbers with team success, so it is still incredibly premature, but you can start to kind of project a little bit. You can do that. Another texter on the Game Day Men's Health text line says, motivated is officially the 6'7" of the Kentucky football.
I don't know what that is either.
Producer Matt, are you hip on the 6'7"?
Yeah.
I know what it is, but I don't find it funny.
I don't really get what the joke is. Besides, the joke is just hearing it and
That is the joke.
Okay, just
So if
hearing
people
it.
say 6'7",
It's like a reaction. You know what I mean? How do you feel about the day? 6'7".
Gotcha.
It's kind of like the joke is the fact that it's a joke.
I understand.
oh, so it's not. I thought it was like when Peter Griffin hears the name title of the movie in the movie. So that's not what we're doing here.
No, it's
Well,
almost like a.
if it is authentic, though, people go bonkers. If, like, if your teacher were to be like, all right, and we'll make sure you read pages 6 and 7, then like, the class would go ballistic.
That's basically what the joke is. It's like you can fit it in whatever you can.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like I said, I don't think it's very funny, but,
I think the point of the texter is that it's kind of jump shark. And Motivated has not jump shark.
It kind of just went away.
Robert says, wait, where'd Sack on this Wacky Wednesday? It was Peak. It's Peak on Wacky Wednesdays. He's going to actually probably meet us out at Salsaritas tomorrow. So we may have a little
5 hour in golf.
Or 5 hour in golf. Yeah, we'll have maybe a little Corey Price Peak doubleheader.
Are we going to have enough microphones?
Well, maybe they won't be there at the same time.
But do we have microphones? I know that
depends
for
on
the big money.
Yeah, it depends on the setup we have. Scooch dropped it off to me today, so I'll look at it after the show. And I do know with this setup we have a headset that the microphone works on, so you can hear what's going on.
Okay.
Huge.
Okay.
Huge if true.
Robert said, glad to see you all back on YouTube, fellas. UK loses by 17 plus on Saturday. That 6-7 line.
17 is no. You can think that South Carolina is going to win and cover. 17 points?
I tell you, I just like that the number is 6 or 7, not to keep playing back on the 6-7 bit, but it's a little stinky, honestly. Makes me think the Cats may have something for the Gamecocks.
You really wanted to not say the game part right there.
I always feel, I do, I mean, I want to, but I don't, because it's like, I feel like it's like, I feel like people would think that I'm just like playing into it.
Right, but no, like it's easier to say the Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this what they do down there? That's what they say.
Roll Cox.
UK football season wins in the future. It'll just take them 5 years to do it. Bada boom, bada bing.
Hey-o. Oh, man.
Hello, friends. Long time no talk. I think the best future is baseball. They have been the closest recently to winning a title, and they have a future MLB star in Tyler Bell. That's a good point. I think Pope has made some great moves and has some terrific players, but he's still not experienced success at the highest level yet.
I mean, he got this week.
Fair point.
It's fair. My biggest thing is just baseball is weird. The sport, I mean, for both right and wrong reasons. You can get a hot bullpen and be awesome, but I think the collective effort that you need to go on a run there is a lot tougher than, like, what if Jasper Johnson's just a badass, right? Like, and just, becomes a star.
Jack Pilgrim says he's been inconsistent. We're running out of time. Just unsubscribe from KSR YouTube. Sorry, Steven. Roush said to not watch it. Nick, I assume you watch UK U of L volleyball match with your wife. What was it like this year? By the way, UK
she
soccer.
Was at the game.
UK soccer. Give up a goal in the 89th minute. What are you doing?
That was tough.
They tie U of L.
Draw, yeah.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, was your wife happy with the loss to UK?
Oh, she was at the game just like, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, that's
right. She was
right.
very unhappy.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, 5 hour in golf in Nulu. Come out, say hello, take some swings, get a drink, listen to the roll call. We'll have a great time. Thanks to producer Matt, Nick Roush, TJ Walker. This is Kentucky Roll Call.